Hey everybody, Rosematter here. Welcome to part 4 of chapter 3 of Higurashi When They Cry. I'm going to try and pronounce it for the first time here. Tatarigoroshi? I don't know if I've said that right. I probably butchered it, but we're going to move on. So, in the last chapter, we kind of started to get into the mystery of what happened to Satoshi. We don't know too much, but it's basically like an open secret in Hinamizawa where nobody wants to talk about it. Shion got really weird about it. Rena got real weird about it. She was talking about him being transferred away, and Mion was like, okay, let's not talk about this anymore. So it is definitely a taboo subject, and it ended with Keiichi feeling like it feels like the good times are gonna come to an end soon, so that's always great. So anyway, we're gonna get into it, and we're gonna see if Keiichi's right.
おはよう、ケイチ。あら、ゆうべは何時に寝たの?
Alright, so those of you know that the first 3 episodes did not have the old background music and sound effects. So I put the patch in, I tested it with some old saves. It seems like it's working. I can't remember because the music just kind of like, I can't tell what the old music and what the new music is because I listen to both of them. So if this is not right, please let me know, but I think I installed the patch properly. So I apologize for that, and yeah, let's move on. I did not sleep well last night at all. My mother could tell from a single glance. I had the worst dreams. Nightmares, very ominous dreams, one after the other, again and again. I woke up after each one, but could never even remember a fraction of what they had been about. But it was like those dreams were predicting something unpleasant. Okay, so we are basically like, it seems like happy times are going to be over pretty soon. It seems early. It seems early in the chapter for this to be happening. And I woke up in a terrible mood. Hey now, every day has been calm and fun before today, right? Those days should continue on unchanging. And yet, anxiety was the only emotion growing within me. Why was that? It's like he knows. He's like subconsciously he knows what he's been through in the first 2 chapters. Nightmares reflect your own anxiety. They show an uneasy mind, that which you wouldn't admit to normally. Yesterday, I remembered the ominous conversations about Satoshi I had with Shion, Mion, and Rena. Right. My mind felt like it was in a black fog because we had talked about that. If I lived every day without causing a fuss, my reward would be even more peaceful days. I understood that, so why did I cause such discord? But now that I thought about it calmly, a simple verbal slip on my part couldn't possibly change the world. Yeah, you sure about that, buddy? Yeah. As long as I'm sorry for doing it and never talk about it again, there's nothing anyone can blame me for, right? Besides, how would my fate possibly change just because I talked about that? Nothing was going to change. Yeah. Nothing would change. Nothing would change. Nothing would change. Oh boy, he is in denial. Ha ha ha. Dude, do you know what game you're in?
気持ち悪い笑い。寝ぼけてるなら顔を洗ってらっしゃい。
I'd finally cheered up enough to smile, and Mom slapped me right back down. Now I was irritated again. There wasn't much time left before I had to meet up with Rena. I frantically started to get ready to go to school.
いってらっしゃい。車に気をつけるのよ。
気をつけるほど車もいないよ。南沢には。
I dashed out the front door. The morning air was far more refreshing than the water on my face. That's right, Keiichi Maibara. If you're sorry enough about it and reflect upon your mistakes, that's enough. Yeah, well, not so much. Not at least, yeah, not in the previous installations of this. Now let's pull yourself together and get to school, and return to fun, enjoyable days, where everyone laughs, plays, and just has a good time. I'll be nice to Sadako as an apology too. Yeah, wasn't I supposed to be her Nini until Satoshi got back?
おはよう、ケイチくん。
Well, she seems like her old self. Rena too looked nothing like she had yesterday when she said that weird stuff. If I could only forget, then I could still act like nothing had happened. So I called out to her with all the energy I could muster.
おう、おはようレナ。相変わらず早いな。
There was a little time before the same old morning homeroom began. But Sadako and Rika-chan were unusually absent. Oh no! Oh no. Maybe they went to play somewhere. However, looking over and seeing none of their things, so it looked like they really hadn't come to school. Uh-oh.
あれれあの二人が遅刻なんて珍しいね。
Rena seemed to be enjoying herself, thinking about what their excuse for being late would be. Mion said something nonsensical as well, imagining how funny the reason they were late must have been. I had only come to school to see their energetic faces, since I figured it would get rid of those feelings I have. But the load on my chest remained where it was. It wasn't very pleasant at all.
おはようございます皆さん。委員長号令起立。
Our teacher finally arrived. Then finally, I heard the pitter-patter of footsteps running down the hall. Oh! Clatter. Rika-chan was the first to run through the open door. She looks weird. And then Sadako didn't come. Oh no. Oh no, I knew something bad was going to happen to Sadako, but like this early? Unless this is just a fake out. The game is expecting you to think something bad's going to happen, but Rika looks weird.
遅刻ですよフルデさん。北条さんはどうしましたか？
It was unusual for Rika-chan to be late, but equally unusual for Sadako, a ball of energy, to be absent at all. Everyone's eyes were wide at the series of strange events.
さとこはちょっと遅れるかもしれないのです。
熱でも出ちゃいましたか？
The teacher walked over to Rika-chan, and they started talking in hushed tones. Mion's like, I killed her! That's the kind of thing I just do.
リカちゃんが遅刻でサトコが欠席なんて珍しいこともあるもんだよ。
そうだね。だけどさとこちゃんどうしたんだろう。風邪かな。
Why now, when I most wanted to see Sadako's energetic face? The unease that had been building since last night tightened within my chest.
ケイちゃんは心配しすぎ。年頃の女の子にはね、どうしても体の都合で具合が悪くなっちゃう時があるの。
みーちゃん、それ男の子の前で言うことじゃないよ。
Mion laughed indecently. Normally, I would laugh along with her, but right now I just didn't feel like it. Okay, I want to know what's going on here. We gotta talk to Rika. Homeroom ended, and we went to talk to Rika-chan in the short time we had before first period started.
ようリカちゃん、遅刻して怒られてかわいそうだな。今日は俺がなでなでしてあげよう。
I was very aware of my gloom this morning, so I strove to keep my tone cheerful. I petted Rika-chan's head the same way she always did, but she didn't cheer up at all.
みー、
サトコはどうしたんだ？風邪か？
For instance, she got a fever from playing around too much yesterday. If that had been her response, I would have accepted it in a flash.
うん。
Oh, she's being so secretive. Like she lives with Sadako, she would know why she wouldn't be here. But the atmosphere around Rika-chan felt somewhat heavy. It was a little weird and actually made my unease worse.
ほらほらほら。男の子には話せない事情ってのもあるんだから。ケイちゃんはお席へ戻って戻って。
It's like Mion's covering for Rika. Like, I hate to suspect Mion, but come on, you can't blame me after what happened in the last chapter. Mion, acting just like a club president, pulled me back to my chair. Rika-chan's gaze immediately fell back to her desk, and she hung her head gloomily. Rika-chan had said something odd, that Sadako might be a little late. They were living together, weren't they? Then she would have known for sure. She wouldn't have said might. I didn't understand why she was absent, and that made me all the more anxious. Damn it, what's going on today? It's like we started off on the wrong foot, and it wasn't going to get any better. What's happening, Keiichi, is Higurashi is deciding that it's going to be Higurashi, and it's just going to go, like, No more happy times for you guys. It's like Keiichi says one dumb thing.
どうしたのかな、ケイチ君。
He opens his mouth one time, says something stupid, and then it's just all downhill from there.
今日はなんだか朝から元気ないよ。
Rena noticed how I looked and whispered to me while the teacher wasn't looking.
そんなに俺元気ないか？
うん。見てるレナまで元気がなくなるくらいに。
I thought of jokingly say, then don't look at me, but I didn't even feel like doing that.
レナに話せること？どんな悩みかわからないけど、聞いて力になれることなら聞くよ。
I won't tease you. Rena said this, looking me straight in the eye.
昨日まで何も変なことなんか起きなくて楽しかったんだ。
Huh? Rena's eyes widened for a moment, not understanding what I meant, but she remained silent and listened.
穏やかで楽しくて毎日が賑やかで、そんな毎日が繰り返されることに何の不安もなかった。
うん。そうだね。毎日楽しいよ。きっと今日も楽しくなる。
絶対にそうなるって自信が持てるか？
Rena, feeling perplexed, couldn't think of something to say. I didn't blame her. What I was trying to say seemed a little confusing, even to me.
思えばここ最近不安だったんだ。毎日が楽しいからこそ、ある日ふっと電球が切れるみたいに突然真っ暗になってしまうんじゃないかって。
うん。その気持ち、ちょっぴりレナもわかるよ。
Rena nodded gently.
私たちはいいことばかりは続かないって、楽しいことの裏側を時々恐れるよね。それってちょっぴり悲しいことだけど、でもそのおかげで私たちは楽しい毎日がずっと続くように努力することを覚えたんだよ。
そうだな。
だからケイチ君が楽しい日々がいつまでも続かないかもしれないって思うのは、例えば明日突然火山が大爆発して私たちが全員死んじゃうとする。
Damn, Rena. All right. That's not what I was thinking. I mean, that's okay.
おいおい、物騒な話だな。
例えばその大災害をケイチ君だけが生き残ったとしたらどう感じる？
どうって、
I imagined myself being that sole survivor in the ruins of Hinamizawa. Rubble and the bodies of friends lying in heaps at my feet. It was such an abhorrent sight. Was it sadder that all my friends had died? Or was it sadder I couldn't have died with them? I didn't know which, but I'd probably cry a lot.
胸が張り裂けるだろうな。まず泣くと思う。
そしてこう思うんじゃないかな。こうなることが運命だったなら、昨日までの日をもっともっと楽しく悔いなく過ごせばよかったって。
I didn't want to consider such a horrible event to be my destiny. Okay, it's not. I don't think it's going to be a volcano, but your destiny is not pleasant. We'll just say that. But I think I've said this before, but it would blow my mind if one of these chapters was just totally normal. Nothing bad happened, or it seemed like something bad was going to happen, and then it like swerved, and then it ended with a happy ending. That would catch people off guard, because everybody expects a bad ending in these games. So one can hope, anyway.
思うだろうな。
楽しい毎日がいつか終わるものなら、それがいつかなんて誰にもわからない。だったらたとえ明日そうなっても悔いがないように精一杯楽しく生きるのが正解じゃないのかな。
Just between Sadako not being around and Rena talking about like, oh, the fun times can die, or fun times can end. You don't know when you're gonna die or when people you know are gonna die. Oh boy. I refuse to believe she's already dead.
そうだな。
It's so early.
それに気づくのはとても難しいこと。多くの人たちは日々の幸せに飽食してるよ。今日と同じ明日が訪れると信じきってるから、今日できることを明日に送る。今日してやれる優しさを明日に送ってしまう。
Rena was usually cheerful and silly, but right now she wasn't like that at all. She was taking my troubles seriously. It was a little reassuring.
でも圭一君はそれに気づけた。それはとても素敵なことだと思う。
This is the Rena I like, not the frickin' crazy Rena chasing me down with a hatchet and whatever. Just can she be like in the last chapter? Can she be my ally? Can I have some allies in this chapter?
だからその不安な気持ち大切にしてもいいと思うの。
この不安を大切に。
そう。明日には大災害でみんな死んじゃうかもしれない。だから今日みんなにいっぱい優しくしよう。本当に週末が訪れた時後悔しないために。
レナは実践してるのか。明日みんなが死んじゃっても後悔しないようにさ。
うん。
It was such a hyperbolic conversation, but Rena just gave me a nonchalant nod of her head.
レナは楽しい毎日がたった一日を境に終わってしまうことを知ってるから。
Oh yeah, because she apparently has been taken over by Oishiro-sama before and had to transfer.
今日が楽しくても明日も楽しい保証なんかないって知ってるから。生きてるよ、精一杯。
It seemed like Rena perfectly understood all the anxiety I couldn't put into words. And on top of that, like a reliable teacher, she showed me what to do. Ooh. Hey Keiichi, my bara, there's no need to cry now.
ゆうべ聡子の夢を見た気がするんだ。どんな夢だったかは思い出せないけど、朝からずっと不安で。
聡子ちゃんの元気な顔を見れたら安心するつもりだったかな。
She was right on the money. If everyone had been here with smiles on their faces this morning, then the murk in my heart would have definitely been blown to smithereens.
じゃあ聡子ちゃんが来たら優しくしてあげることだね。
That's a big if.
うんうん、いつもの悪ふざけでも一向に構わない。楽しく過ごすことができるなら。
そうだな。
So that even if these fun days came to an end, I'd have no regrets. I couldn't tell if what Rena told me had been comforting or just made me more anxious. But it was enough to make me think that if I saw Sadako again, I'd be honest with her. Oh, I hope I can. I hope I can see her again. This feels too early. This feels too early for something to have happened. Lunchtime arrived with everyone pushing their desks together like always. Sadako wasn't here. Despite that, we had bento boxes for 5 lined up on our desks. Rika-chan had made bento for Sadako too.
聡子、お昼までには来るはずだったの？
Rika's still not saying anything. Did Rika do something to Sadako? Like, why? Why is she being like this? Rika-chan was clearly acting strangely. We were talking to her, but it felt like she was too far away to hear us. I'd never seen Rika-chan so downcast. So the rest of us started feeling down too. Hey, Rena. I understood what she had said before pretty well. When we were together, we were supposed to have lots of fun, so we wouldn't have any regrets if the world ended tomorrow. And yet, while I just resolved myself to do it, now we can't all be together. What the hell? Because it was just so sudden, wasn't it? I mean, yesterday was fun, so who could believe it would all end today? No volcanoes had erupted, and no earthquakes or fires had happened either. The cicadas were making the same noises they did yesterday, and the sun remained bright in the sky. It was the same normal day as always. So then, why? As I pondered, Rena's chopsticks reached in front of my face and stole the fried chicken out of my bento.
みんなが取らないからレナがもらうね。おいしい。
Rena tossed the entire piece into her mouth and began munching on it, her expression one of bliss.
とおじさんとしたことがレナに先生を許すとはね。よっしゃ、おじさんはこのプチハンバーグをもらうよ。
みえ、僕のおかずがなくなってしまうのです。
Aw, good on Rena for trying, like, she's the one who took the initiative to try and liven things up. Rika-chan, also behind the curve, smiled again and went for someone else's bento. As I sat there, dazed at how quickly everyone had changed, Rena sent a wink over to me. Come on, Keiichi-kun. Live life to the fullest. That way, if a volcano erupts tomorrow, it'll be okay.
冗談じゃねえ。最後の弁当が梅干しとご飯だけになってたまるか。それ、俺はミートボールをいただくぞ。
I stuffed the meat into my mouth and constructed a clumsy smile. I played along, as if trying to fool myself. But as I did, it rapidly became less and less of an act. Sadako still wasn't here, but at some point we had regained our lively lunchtime. We had fun, we smiled, and we fooled around. Thanks, everyone. This was definitely the best thing to do. This way, when Sadako suddenly dropped by, we could welcome her with our best smiles. The more I smiled, the more I felt the anxiety from this morning clearing away.
笑う角に福来たるってことわざあったよな。
あるね。それが事実ならおじさんは四六時中笑い転げてるよ。
Why do I feel like this is the last time I'm going to hear this happy music in this chapter?
レナは本当だと思うな。毎日笑ってれば毎日が楽しいよ。レナがいいことを言いますです。
じゃあ試してみるか。
Everyone took a deep breath and brought their faces together, locking shoulders. And then... And I feel like this is the last time I'm going to hear the laughing of these girls before someone does, like, their creepy laugh when they've gone, you know, all squirrely. Everyone laughed uproariously from their stomachs, trying to laugh out all the bad stuff accumulating in them. By the time our bento boxes were empty, everyone was right as rain. Oh, I have a feeling this is gonna not last long. Yeah, I feel like it's all downhill from here. Let's look at these smiles while we you know, let's memorize these while they're still there. Having heard our friendly banter, Tomita-kun and Okumuro-kun walked up and timidly spoke to us.
前原さん、楽しくお話し中申し訳ないんですけど、ちょっとお力をお借りしたくて。
They grinned dryly and scratched their heads.
なんだよ一体。テストの対策法は以前教えただろ。ちなみに千恵先生が授業中と含み笑いを教科書で隠した時が次のテスト範囲だ。
Oh boy, Keiichi.
そうなんですか?
That's not what we're here for, said Tomita-kun, elbowing Okumuro-kun.
実はですね、ボールが2階の雨どいに引っかかっちゃったんですよ。前原さんなら身長高いからなんとかなるんじゃないかと思って。
ほう、先輩に物を頼むからには何か見返りがあるんだろうな。俺は高いぜ。簡単に買収できると思うなよ。
Tomita-kun and Okumuro-kun conversed for a short time, then gave their reply.
では前原さんには授業中に居眠りができる権利を与えましょう。それでどうです？
なんだそりゃ。授業中に寝るのは俺の勝手だろ。なんでお前らに権利をもらわなくちゃならんのだ。
そんなことないですよ。今度は前原さんが居眠りしたら全部先生に言いつけることにしますから。
なるほど、
こいつらとんでもない交渉の仕方を覚えやがって。
すみません。ちょっとした冗談っす。
ほらほらゲイちゃん、おとなしく後輩たちの脅迫に屈したら。
And now Mion was getting on my nerves. Suddenly it came to me, and I took Tomato-kun and Akumuro-kun's hands.
わかった。俺の降参だ。ボールを取ってやるから、居眠りの権利を俺にくれ。
まあ。
見ろミオン。俺はちゃんと権利をもらったぞ。でもお前はもらってないよな。富田君、岡村君、ミオンが居眠りしたらすぐにチクれ。いいな。
Rena and Rika-chan began to cackle at Keiichi-kun's victory. I wasn't sure how the ball managed to get stuck up there, but it was planted firmly in the school building's second floor gutter.
その棒を貸せ。俺なら多分届く。よいしょっと。
I took a bamboo pole and poked the ball with it. Damn, it's hard. Come on.
あ、取れた。取れましたよ、前原さん。どうもありがとうございました。
The ball rolled down the gutter and fell down behind the school building. My underclassmen ran over in that direction, leaving me by myself. Mission complete, I guess. Sheesh. There was still a lot of time left until lunch break was over. Guess I should go back to the classroom. I'd absorb myself in a silly conversation with everyone and wait for afternoon classes. Uh-oh. Did the music... Oh no, the music stopped. Oh no. Just when I thought that and turned toward the entrance, someone suddenly called out to me. Oh, is it Sadako? Oh no. Oh no, whenever he shows up, especially at the school, it's never good. Oh no.
お昼休み中すみませんね。
It was a middle-aged man I didn't know. Or maybe I'd passed by him a few times and I'd seen his face, but I didn't know him. When his half-smile deepened, oh no, something within me shuddered with fear. There was no basis for that. No reason. But I shuddered. I was somewhat confused about these emotions, not quite understanding them myself. There was one thing I could say, though. Nobody but teachers and students should be at school. It's funny, it seems like every time Keiichi meets him, he always gets a bad feeling. It is like memories from previous chapters are kind of deep within him, and he just had, whenever he sees certain people, even if he's never met them before, in this chapter, he just knows there's nothing good coming from this. This person shouldn't have been here. I felt less of a tremble and more a sense of dread, like a brilliantly colored poisonous caterpillar were crawling across my forehead. A feeling of disgust that neither itchy nor gross could describe as the frizzly, dreadful hair rubbed against my brow. I didn't even want to see his face. I wanted to jump backwards and run away. An unpleasant feeling, for which I didn't even know the cause. The other side of myself had nothing but questions. What are you doing? What are you disgusted by? This is the first time you've met him. I don't know, do you guys ever get that feeling? I feel like I get that sometimes with people. Even if I've just met them for the first time, or I just pass by, you just get kind of a sinking, like a bad vibe from someone. It's rude to hate someone for no reason. No answers were coming. I held my silence, waiting, a damp sweat running down my forehead. When he saw this, Oishi thought maybe he was being intimidating, and gave me a relaxed smile.
ああ、失礼しました。怪しいもんじゃないんですよ。私、沖宮警察署から参りました。大石と申します。
The weird thing was if he's talking from Keiichi's point of view, he said his name. He said Oishi, but he's never met him before. So how does he know his name?
あれ、手帳どこかな。あれ 参ったな。ありゃ
He fished through various pockets, then finally found his police ID and showed it to me, grinning dryly. He may have been trying to use those clumsy-seeming actions to ease my anxiety, but I could definitely say it didn't work. Why was I this nervous? There was a reason, of course. If I wanted today to be the same as before, then today didn't need someone who hadn't been here back then. The fact a man who wasn't here yesterday showed up today meant that today would be a different day than those before it. And also, just whenever this guy shows up, it's never a good time. That would mark the end of the fun and happy days. Maybe he's behind it all. Maybe Oishi, he's the cause of all of these things that have happened, because it seems like, bad things can happen regardless, but it seems like whenever he comes into the picture, it always gets worse. He's a cop, it's understandable, but I don't like him either. I'm like Heichi, I just have a bad vibe about this guy. I gulped and erased that ominous conclusion from my mind. Calm down, Heichi Maibara. It's just an old guy who looks kind of perverted and came from the police department. Don't go deciding that the fun times are over. He just came here because of his job. Yeah, just for his job. If he's working, then he would normally go to the teacher's lounge, right? The fact he spoke to me, yes, it must have been to ask where it was. Or he knows that I'm a friend of Sadako and something happened to Sadako and he wants to interview me about it, or interrogate me.
職員室をお探しですか？なら、あそこの昇降口から入って。
I didn't want to look at this man for another second, so I started pushing things along. Oishi, however, didn't seem to have any interest in the teacher's lounge.
ああ、いえいえ。職員室にはそんなに用事はないんです。それより、お友達を呼んでもらいたいんです。
Oh no, it is.
お願いできますかね。
It is.
お友達？誰です？
Here we go.
女の子です。北条聡子さんを呼んできてもらえませんか。
My consciousness grew faint, like I was about to pass out. Yes, my anxiety was realized. The dreadful, disgusting caterpillar was looking at me, about to crawl in my ear. This is my nightmare, because I get really anxious. I have anxiety regardless, but I have a weird thing where if I don't know, where a friend is, if a friend should be somewhere, or someone I know, whoever, I always assume the worst. If I hear an ambulance anywhere, I assume, oh god, what if someone I know is hurt, and that ambulance is for them. So this is, my fears realized. If, a friend didn't come to school and, try not to assume the worst, and then a police officer shows up and is like, oh yeah, can you try and contact your friend? No, this is awful. Its frizzly, dreadful hair was touching my ear cavity. That's how bad it felt.
警察が聡子に何の用ですか？
いえいえいえ、大した用事じゃないんです。2、3聞きたいことがありまして、ご協力をいただければ嬉しいんですがね。
Or is it something about Satoshi, and because Sadako was the only family member that they know of? I don't know. Why? Why, of all people, was it Sadako? Why would a police officer come here in the middle of the day for something that wasn't important? This man was strange. I could smell it. And it smelled bad. Just a whiff of it made me want to grimace. I knew that this man couldn't possibly be here to deliver her lost wallet or anything. I couldn't imagine what he needed from Sadako, but it had to be something unpleasant. My throat stung with burning pain, burned like a parched crevice wasteland. The wasteland broke apart deep in my throat and brought out the words from deep in my mind.
あんたに用はあっても聡子にはないと思います。帰ってくれませんか？
Wow, just straight up telling a cop to leave and that he refuses to cooperate. Damn, Keiichi. Oishi probably hadn't expected that reply. I didn't expect that reply. He stood there surprised for a few moments. I did as well. That just makes Keiichi look so suspicious. Keiichi is like, he can be very good with his words, but he can also be really bad with, like, saying the wrong thing. I hadn't thought words like that could ever come out of my mouth. Things might still work out. This guy may have shown up out of the blue, but if I drove him off, maybe I could make it so that it never happened. If I could do that, then I could get back. The peace we had until yesterday, I could get it back.
これは手厳しいな。あなた、さとこさんのマネージャーさんですかな。
And then there's the mention about the manager. There was the whole thing from the first chapter about the manager is coming. These parallels.
アポイントメントがないと面会は叶いませんか。
It's probably totally inconsequential, but I'm I'm like trying to put things together.
話がしたいだけなら電話ですればいいじゃないですか。日中学校にまで押しかけてくるなんて明らかに異常です。
Breaking through a dam would have been the perfect analogy to use. Why didn't I like this man? This man shouldn't have been here. I needed to make it so that this man wasn't here. Childish, selfish emotions bubbled up from the depths of my mind, and they each came out of my mouth just as it had been formed. Not liking the guy was my own problem, but to say things so bluntly to him, even I thought I was crazy.
ありゃ、いちいち正論な方ですね。こういう言い方をする人は苦手なんだよな。
Oishi grinned and scratched at his sweaty throat. Even as he feigned stupidity, I could tell he was irritated. Hey, Keiichi Maibara. Why am I looking for a fight with this old policeman here? It's not like he brought the gift of misfortune with him, all wrapped up in paper, right? Right. It wasn't like he had brought a package of misfortune with him and was asking me to sign here, please. Rationally speaking, I understood all that, so then why was I so... Finally, I outlasted Oishi in our game of silence, and he gave a big sigh. Then he addressed a few of my female underclassmen running around nearby.
もしもし、君たち、ちょっといいですかな。北条聡子さんを呼んできてほしいんですがね。
My underclassmen tried to smile in reply, but they noticed the oddly stiff air atmosphere around me, and seemed hesitant to give a quick answer.
いませんか、北条聡子さんは。
北条さんは今日はお休みですけど。
休み。
Ooh. His face remained smiling, but his tone was clearly one of ill humor. That's not a smiling face to me. Such conspicuous spite caused my underclassmen, who had answered honestly, to cringe in fear.
そうです。いやはやいやはや。これはついてないです。
It is weird why he wouldn't just go and ask the teachers instead. It does seem weird that he's going after the kids. He was smiling broadly, but the way he laughed didn't make me feel better at all. When he noticed that his laughter wasn't getting anyone else to laugh with him, he immediately stopped.
で、君たち、ここにいるお兄さんは、
He grabbed the girls by the shoulders so they wouldn't run away and crouched down to address them at eye level. Whoa, dude! Dude! He is pissed. The girls flinched away from the sharp, piercing light in his eyes. And in exchange for their release, they didn't resist and told him my name. Great, now I'm on his shit list.
前原圭一さんですか。
He said my full name. That was all he said, and yet I couldn't help but shudder. It was like he had grabbed me by the collar with just those words.
あなたひょっとして例の前原屋敷の御曹司。お父さん、高名な芸術家さんなんですってね。年に2回ほど東京の大展覧会に出展されてるそうじゃないですか。どんな立派な絵を描かれるかは存じませんがね。 お母さんも知的そうな方じゃないですか。
Oh, creepy. It's like he's like researched my whole family.
高学歴って聞きましたよ。どこぞの女子大を出られてる。
Yeah, he knows way too much. Like, it's one thing for someone, you know, to know, like, a famous artist, but how would he know all that about Keiichi's mother? It's like he knew Keiichi and his name before he even got here, but it was like he asked the girls to give him the name anyway as, like, a power play or something.
あの年の女性で女子大でなんてすごいですよ。
I like him less and less with each chapter.
ひょっとしてお母さん、両家のお嬢さんなんじゃないですか。なんて噂が立ってるせいか。冷たい人だなんて噂が立てられてるなんてご存知で。町内会の会合、最初の1回以外は出てないでしょ。
Oh my gosh. Small town, right? People gossip.
そういうのっていけないんですよね。こういう土地ではご近所付き合いをないがしろになんかできませんよ。
Uishi not taking very long to drop the nice act. A sense of eeriness slithered up my spine. That was my first experience of true terror. I couldn't believe it felt this terrible for someone you just met to know everything about you already. Oishi clamped onto my shoulders and brought his eyes close to peer into mine.
こういう土地ではね、敵は作らない方が絶対にいいですよ。さもないと。
Ow! Oishi dug into my shoulders with inhuman strength.
思わぬところで不利益を受けるかもしれません。
God damn, at least in the other chapters, like, he seemed like he wanted to help Keiichi even if he was kind of a dick about it.
因果応報という言葉もありますよ。風が吹けば桶屋が儲かるの正反対です。妙なところで買った恨みが信じられないところで返ってくることがあるかもしれません。そうなったら嫌でしょ誰だって恨みなんか買いたくないんです。
Yeah, especially not by a cop.
敵を作らないに越したことなんかない。どうしました？肩がだいぶ凝ってますね。ちょっと揉んであげましょうか。ほら、気持ちいいでしょ。
Ow, 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 ow. This man wasn't just strong. It was like he knew exactly where to press to make me feel pain. Only 4 or 5 fingers were on my shoulders, and yet the pain made me want to bend over backwards. Ugh. A few of the girls from my class were pretty shaken up, but didn't seem to want to help me. They weren't sure if they should go call the teacher. As for me, I couldn't take the time to wait until the teacher got here. It hurts.
もうそれくらいになさってください。痛がってますよ。
Oh my god, is this guy actually gonna redeem himself? He's like, only I get to give him massages. Behind Oishi-san, someone, to my disbelief, it was Coach.
おや、これは入江先生じゃありませんか。
Oh, doctor.
ご無沙汰しておりますね。
Oh no, that's even worse. It's one thing for him to be like a coach of like teenagers, but him for also to be a doctor. Oh, Dr. Touchy. But I'll restrain from, insulting him because he came to my defense. Discomforted by Coach's sudden appearance, Oishi laughed scornfully. The vise on my shoulder, however, remained as strong as ever.
挨拶はいいです。それよりも前原君を話してあげてください。
Oishi smiled daringly and glared straight at Coach. He didn't release me in the meantime, of course.
先生のところにも後でお伺いしようと思っていたんですよ。いつもお忙しいとかでろくろくお話ができませんからね。
ええ、お望みとあればいくらでもお話を伺いますよ。 でもその前に令状をお持ちになってください。職務質問と任意同行は拒否できますからね。
Coach didn't display a shred of the weird behavior he'd shown at the baseball game and barbecue. He stared steadily at Oishi and fought so that he would release me. His chances were terribly bad, of course. Compared to the relaxed Oishi, Coach seemed like he was being defeated mentally. It made sense. Coach had a somewhat narrow stature, but Oishi's body was packed with muscles. It wasn't even a contest. But Coach was fighting for me without taking a step back. Beads of sweat formed on his face, and though he paled, he was fighting for my sake. Suddenly, Oishi laughed and let go of my shoulders. My body exhausted, I fell right onto my backside.
前原君、大丈夫ですか？
くそ。いってててて。
I rubbed my shoulders where Oishi had latched onto them. The pain from falling over went away quickly, but this pain was lingering.
大丈夫ですか、前原君。ひどいことを。
くそ。あいててて。
ちょっと肩を揉んだだけじゃないですか。前原さんも少し大げさすぎですよ。男の子はもう少し我慢強くなくっちゃ。
I wanted to retort, but I couldn't think of anything witty.
肩は上がりますか？痛みますか？痛みが強いようならちゃんと診察をした方がいい。とにかく保健室へ。
Coach lent me his shoulder and walked beside me.
大げさですね。私に限って傷が残るような真似をするわけがないじゃないですか。ねえ。私、これでも現職の警察官なんですよ。
さあ、どんなご用があったか存じませんが、もうご用がないならお帰りを。今日のことは今度所長さんに直接抗議しますから、そのつもりでいてください。
それは困りますね。
Oishi-san waved his hand sarcastically, pivoted around, and headed to the car parked by the school gates. And without turning back around, he got in it and started the engine. Damn it. Who the hell was he? Damn it.
あいつは大石クランドという刑事です。乱暴者でね。村中に嫌われている男です。前原さんも用心した方がいい。
Kurado Oishi. Just like I thought, my gut instinct wasn't wrong. He would be the one. The one to bring unhappiness, misfortune, something that would ruin our peace. Shit, I won't accept it. All these fun days can't possibly end just because some guy like him showed up. I won't accept it. Coach seemed to be familiar with the school, so he brought me to the nurse's office without much trouble. The girls from my class came along as well, looking worried. Our teacher and the principal, having noticed the disturbance, came to see what was the matter.
前原くん、どうしたんですか？怪我でも？
前原さん、さっき校庭で変なおじさんに。
Coach gently interrupted the girls trying to explain.
いえ、ちょっと転んでひねったみたいです。
Oh, okay.
大丈夫だとは思いますけど、念のためと思いましてね。保健室をちょっとお借りいたします。
入江先生。
Oh gosh,
よろしくお願いしますぞ。
I mean, he did save me, but also don't let me go into the nurse's office with him alone. The principal gave him a deep bow. It looked like Coach was acquainted with the adults at school. He slid open the doors to the nurse's office, but there wasn't a nurse in there or anything. I'd figured. I'd never seen anyone but Chie-sensei and the principal working there. Coach didn't seem to mind the fact there was no nurse and quickly made his way into the nurse's office. He instructed me to sit down and started washing his hands in the sink. Oh, I get it. He's the coach for the boys' baseball team. He must be pretty used to treating wounds with first aid.
ちょっと患部を見せてもらえますか。まだ痛みます。
いえ、もう全然痛みません。本当に大丈夫です。
I rolled up my shirt and showed him my shoulder. No bruise, not even nail marks. And yet it had hurt so much I thought my shoulders would be crushed. Even the pain had disappeared without a trace. It hurt so much, but not so much as a bruise remained.
それだけあいつが慣れている。
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like someone who knows not to leave bruises. Used to it, huh?
今度会った時は挑発しないことです。あいつを怒らせて得をすることは何もありませんからね。自宅に制服警官を連れて押しかけてきたらご家族だっていい気持ちはしないでしょ。
それは確かに。
しかし何があったんです？前原さんがあいつと喧嘩になるなんて。
あいつ聡子に用事があるとか言ってきて。
え？聡子ちゃんにですか？
Coach's gaze lowered and his expression clouded a bit. Somehow that gesture seemed to be saying Oishi was bound to come to Sadako, and did, and that was no laughing matter. I wonder if there's something going on with him, because, I mean, Oishi said that, oh, you know, I haven't talked to you in a while, so I wonder if this guy, if Coach, maybe there's some weird stuff going on with Coach that Oishi is investigating, and I don't want to say it's related to Sadako, and I don't want to jump to those conclusions, but I'm just putting it out there. Coach fell silent in thought. Quietly, he took a compress out of the first aid kit and put it on me, because why would he, like, keep that a secret from the teacher, that the officer was talking to him about Sadako? Well, I guess he didn't know that it was about Sadako, but, like, I don't know, why would he not say anything about that the cop was there?
あの男はまだ聡子ちゃんにつきまとうつもりなんでしょうか。本当に蛇みたいにしつこい男です。
Coach mumbled to himself. This has to be about Satoshi, I'm guessing. Like, oh, she's trying to find out what actually happened to Satoshi and is like, you know, maybe trying to interrogate Sadako about it?
つきまとう？あの大石っていうやつ、たびたび聡子のところへ来てるんですか？
Coach didn't answer, but the lack of denial served well enough. What on earth did the policeman, probably a detective or something, need from Sadako? What mistake had led a detective to cling to the sweetly smiling Sadako?
前原さんは引っ越してきたばかりでしたね。
ええ、そうですけど。
お社様のたたりと
Oh, here
聡
we
子
go.
ちゃんの話は少しは聞いたことがありますか？
Okay, so this is going to be about her family dying by the curse. Well, I knew a few things about it, certainly.
聡子の両親がダム計画の賛成派で、転落事故で死んだのはタタリだって話ですか？
Coach smiled thinly and dryly. So you know, he said, dropping his gaze. If I recall correctly, there was an accident on a viewing platform at the public park she'd gone to with her If I recall correctly, there was an accident on a viewing platform at the public park she'd gone to with her family, and her parents died. And then it was just Big Brother and Little Sister. And then she was with Rika-chan, and,
ご両親が亡くなった聡子ちゃんとお兄さんのサトシ君はおじ夫婦宅に身を寄せることになりました。
え、あ、そうなんですか。
their parents died in the accident, and Satoshi ran away, leaving only Sadako to start living with Rika-chan. I'd known that much, but this was the first time I'd heard they'd been brought to their uncle and aunt.
おじというのは聡子ちゃんのお父さんの弟にあたる方なんですがね。残念なことに夫婦揃ってちょっと尊敬に値する方々ではありませんでした。
Coach normally picked his words politely, so when he came out and said they didn't deserve respect, it really made me wonder what kind of people they were.
聡子ちゃんの両親がダムに賛成していたとばっちりで、おじ夫婦も 村内ではとても肩身の狭い思いをしていましたからね。聡子ちゃんたちを歓迎するはずもなかったんです。聡子ちゃんたち兄弟にとってとても辛い生活だったと聞きを読んでいます。
Bit by bit, Coach told me about the numerous agonies the Hooshu siblings had suffered at their uncle's house. As their guardians, their aunt and uncle sucked up everything belonging to their immediate family. Sadako and Satoshi were crammed into a small room, and their lives were laden with things that were miserable, both for their bodies and minds. In the first place, since apparently their aunt and uncle weren't on good terms, there was no end to their fighting. And as if in revenge for that, whenever they saw Sadako or Satoshi's face, they would always find fault with them, scold them, yell at them, strike them, and take away meals as punishment.
今思い出しても、今の元気な聡子ちゃんしか知らないあなたには、土毛色の顔をして、ただ日陰でぼーっとしているだけの彼女など、想像もつかないでしょう。
I couldn't imagine it, and I didn't want to. That was how I honestly felt. Oh, am I gonna see that Sadako later, if I see her at all? But at the very least, Sadako wasn't like that anymore. Well, we'll see. She may have had a miserable life in the past, but it was different now. Something happened to change that life.
去年の綿流しのお祭りの夜にね、異常者にバットか何かで殴り殺されて、綿流しの祭りの夜には村の旧敵がたたりで死ぬと噂されてましたからね。この死も単なる殺人事件としてだけでなく、お社様のたたりではないかと村中でささやかれました。
A few days later, the deviant arrested for drug use confessed to further offenses, and the incident was resolved. However, though it was resolved, no one knew whether the part about it being Oishiro-sama's curse was true or not.
おじだってひなみ沢の人間ですからね。お社様のたたりを大層怖がり、逃げ出して雲隠れしてしまったそうです。聞いた話では、沖宮あたりの実婚の中の女性宅に転がり込んでるとか。
それで解放されたんですか、聡子たちは。
おばは死に、おじは逃げ出し、誰も兄弟をいじめる者はいなくなるはずだったんですが、まるでその後を継ぐように、あの男が執拗に現れるようになったんです。
あの男？
Oh, Oishi? Then Coach lowered his voice just a bit, as if being aware of his surroundings.
大石です。
大石。
That makes sense since he's all obsessed with, the curse and everything.
さっきの男。
The events that just occurred came back to me. The hard to describe ominous sensation I'd felt from him came back to me.
あいつは少しおかしいんですよ。お社様のたたりをめぐる一連の事件はみんな解決しているのに、あいつだけがそれを認めていないんです。
Accept it. The incidents were all solved, and a detective, supposedly with the police department, didn't accept that?
あいつが近づく人間には必ず何かよからぬことが起こると言われています。ひなみ沢ではね、大石のことをお社様の。
The door flew open with a rattle and Mion came rushing in. Rena and Rika-chan came running in a few steps behind her, and then Tomita-kun, Okumuro-kun, and a few more of our classmates. Oh no, she's gonna be like, you were talking about that again, I told you not to. Oh god, please don't let me, bear her wrath. Hopefully she didn't hear our conversation.
ミオンさん、怪我はありませんよ。念のため湿布をしているだけです。
ケイチ君、本当に大丈夫かなみんなに聞いたら首を締め上げられてたとか言ってて。
落ち着けよレナ。肩をすげえ痛く握られただけだ。ほら、あざだってないだろ。
たく、あんたら何やってんだよ。 仲間だろ。なんでぼーっとしてたんだよ。なんでケイちゃんを助けなかったんだよ。
Damn, there's that Mio. And little flashes of it from, from the last chapter.
ごめんなさい、委員長。
Mion yelled at our classmates, baring her fangs. Tomotakun and the others hung their heads in silence.
よせよミオン。富田君たちはその場にいなかったんだ。責めるのはよせ。
くしょう。大石のやつ。
Oh, it's like, was it the first one where she's like, I should have killed him when I had the chance? Mion kicked the floor with her heel a few times, her temper running hot. Our teacher, overhearing the commotion, arrived as well.
こらこらこら。保健室で騒がしくしてはいけません。委員長、みんなを連れて保健室から出なさい。
ほらみんな、もう行こう。ケイチ君は大丈夫だって。ほら、みーちゃんも。
Mion was letting her emotions get the best of her, so Rena stepped in instead and led everyone out of the nurse's office. The detective from Okonomiya Station, Kurado Oishi. It looked like the first impression I'd gotten from him hadn't been mistaken. Sadako's absence had amplified the vague apprehensions I'd felt since yesterday, and Oishi's appearance basically sealed the deal.
さて、じゃあ私はもともと千恵先生に用事があってきたんです。
あ、用事があって学校に来たんですよね。俺なんかのためにどうもすみませんでした。
Don't be so humble, he said, smiling easily.
おかげで役得と言いますか、前原くんのきめ細やかなお肌も存分堪能できましたよ。
You almost redeemed yourself. You almost got away without saying something creepy. You were so close.
はふー。
With the usual, for Coach anyway, parting words, he instead continued.
では失礼。大した怪我ではありませんが、患部を揉んだりするようなことはくれぐれも避けてください。もしも高熱が出たり腫れたりするようなことがあったらすぐに連絡してくださいね。そんなことはないと思いますが。
あ、そうだ監督。さっきみんなが来る直前何か言ってましたよね。大石のことをお社様のなんとかって。
As he was about to leave the nurse's office, Coach placed a hand on the door and stopped.
ああ、お社様の使いですよ。もちろん悪口ですがね。
お社様の使い？
前原さんはひなみ沢で毎年綿流しの夜に起こるひなみ沢村連続開始事件、通称お社様のたたりのことはご存知ですか？
え、連続開始？え？
Now that I thought about it, I did seem to remember overhearing Mion or someone in class talking about it like a ghost story. On the festival day in June, one person would always die, and another person would be spirited away, but they seem to call it demoning away here. What a fine story that was. I figured they made it up to scare me, but it was true?
一体どこの誰が言い出したのかもわからない話ですが、いつの頃からか大石のことをお社様の使いと呼ぶようになりました。
なぜですか？
あの男がその年のたたりの犠牲者を決めていると噂されているからです。
Whenever June came around, Oishi would start paying frequent visits to Hinamizawa.
亡くなったり消えたりする人たちの多くがあの男の執拗な訪問を受けているからです。
And Keiichi had to go and piss him off, and that's how Keiichi's gonna die in this chapter. It's because he pissed off Oishi. 4 years ago, it was known that the victim of the dismemberment, rumored to be the sacrifice, had been seeing Oishi numerous times leading up to the incident. The sacrifices 3 years ago were Sadako's parents. Right before their accidental deaths, Oishi had apparently visited their home. The one who disappeared 2 years ago was Rika-chan's mother. And again, people know that before she vanished, Oishi had been talking to her extremely frequently. The one who disappeared last year, Sadako's older brother, Satoshi. Satoshi too had apparently been approached by Oishi many times before he vanished. And then this time, Oishi was trying to contact Sadako.
冗談じゃないです。
噂ですよ、前原さん。そういう噂がある。
I hadn't said that because of the rumors of Oishi being Oishiro-sama's servant, or his contacting someone foreshadowing who would be the sacrifice that year. It was because the ominous hatred I felt towards Oishi was becoming more substantiated, more real.
さとこ、今日欠席したじゃないですか。
え、そうなんですか。
Had looked like news to Coach. I had thought he mightn't have known why Sadako was absent today, but...
では失礼します。前原くんも早くみんなのところに行って安心させてあげるといいでしょう。
I still wish Rika would tell us what was going on, or maybe after school we can go and check, like, go and visit, and I just want to know. I'm like Heichi, I'm like anxious, I want to know what happened.
そうですね。そうします。
Clatter. Coach left the nurse's office and headed towards the teacher's lounge. Oh, alright. Well, like I said, hopefully we can try and get some more information from Rika, or after school we can go and, like, see what's going on. Alright, research notes. The Hojo family. Every year, Oishiro-sama's curse claims 2 victims. This means that with 4 years in a row, there have been 8 now, but it's worthwhile to note half of them have been members of this family. Note, the curse on the 2nd year, a certain falling accident, involved the death of Huju, a dam proponent, and the disappearance of his wife. She was pronounced dead the following year after being considered to have vanished under perilous circumstances. The curse on the 4th year involved the death of the Hojo siblings' aunt, who was then their foster mother, and the disappearance of the elder brother. The Hojo family is a poor one, and it's hard to say Mr. Hojo's job went very well. Apparently, upon reemployment via family connections, there was a plan for them to return to the home of the mother's side of the family. For Mr. Hojo, the eviction due to the Hinamizawa Dam project and the payment of a large amount of compensation money was essentially a windfall. Mr. Hojo aggressively accepted the Ministry of Construction's negotiations from an early stage and selected others from Hinamizawa who were also dam proponents. It was rumored he had been bought out by the Ministry of Construction for doing so, but the truth is unknown. However, the dam's proponents were in the vastly outnumbered minority. In addition, as the Sonozaki family strengthened its own foundation and promised support against the dam, all the proponents, save for Mr. Hojo, switched over to the anti-dam side. At this point, Hinamizawa was completely unified against the dam, and Mr. Hojo was held up to ridicule as a stooge of the dam project's proponents. He was, essentially, used as a scapegoat for the anti-dam coalition. In the end, the dam project collapsed with Oishiro-sama's curse and the dismemberment incident. However, punishment towards the bitter enemies supporting the dam project continues to this day. There are not many left today who support the dam project, or supported the dam project, nor who had a negative reputation at the time. If there were any candidates left for the curse, it's the husband of the housewife who was beaten to death last year, Teppei Hojo, and Mr. Hojo's daughter, Sadako Hojo. Man, you gotta think about it. It's really awkward, the fact that Mion and Sadako are friends, considering that the Sonozakis were very, like, kind of the leaders against the dam project, and Sadako's family was very for the project. Strangely, these two are the only candidates left. No mention of Satoshi. I guess at this point it's been implied he's been demoned away, so he's already been taken care of. Will this year's curse come down on the two of them? There is more than enough value in observing them both. Once again, does not bode well for Sadako. And Oishi's post memo. To Oishi-san. There was a call from you from Section 4's Chief Shigeharu. Apparently the slaughtered corpse in the Ojikawa River is related to the S group, as we thought. We're still verifying what happened behind the scenes, but apparently the deceased filled up dozens of self-created fictional bank accounts to their limits with money from the S group, reaching around 100 million yen. And the S group stood for like Sonozaki group, I think. It appears there were 3 or 4 men with former S group connections involved in this. They've already disappeared, along with millions of yen. The deceased was tortured on that point for information, and she was clearly slaughtered as an example to others, because she went against the Sonozaki family. There are apparently some real wizards chasing down the people who disappeared. They're also spreading letters to related Yakuza groups not to harbor them. There's still no evidence that Teppei Hojo is one of those people. From what Chief Shigeharu has said, nothing's been announced. From such a dependent, the man wasn't trusted at all. Teppei Hojo had left his apartment in Okinomiya and has returned to his former residence in Hinamizawa. Oh, he has? But, okay, when was this, though? Because as far as we know, the uncle is still, like, missing. Alright. Oh, this is when it starts to get real. I wholeheartedly wanted to protect her. I wanted more than anybody else what was best for her. These emotions born from kindness eventually became murderous intent. My pure white intentions stained in rented black. And even as I understood that it meant the destruction of the day-to-day life I so wanted to protect.
Tatarigoroshi.
Where did I go wrong? Looking for the answer, the tragedy spreads even wider. Alright, it's going down from here whenever they have that. Oh no, and Sadako's still not at school. The teacher's voice wasn't critical, but Rika-chan hung her head, unable to answer, and I felt really bad for her. Oh boy. The teacher called Rika-chan up, and they had an exchange in hushed tones at the days. At first, Rika-chan said Sadako's fever had grown worse, but everyone in class knew it was a lie. Because every day, Rika-chan brought Sadako's bento with her.
Satoko-chan,
why are we not going to the house to check it out? Oh, this is bothering me so much. I'm the one who wants to know most of all. It was already the 3rd day since Sadako's first absence. Oh boy, it's been 3 days now. Ever since then, I haven't felt good. Until just last Sunday, everything had been so much fun. I had reached out to Sadako like a real older brother, and we spent that time quietly, but warm and comfortable. So why had it suddenly been flipped over? The more I thought about it, the more I thought that the world had taken a turn for the worse ever since Oishi arrived. Thinking on it now, maybe the strange apprehensions plaguing me the night before Oishi arrived had been a sign. Kurado Oishi, Oishiro-sama's servant. Uh-oh, don't mention Oishiro-sama in front of Rena. Just what sort of slip-up had I committed to cause those fun times to end so suddenly? Yes, it was the day before Oishi appeared. Shion, Mion, and Rena had spoken of the curse surrounding Satoshi and his disappearance, and it was so sinister it gave me a bad premonition. Such a small thing was the slip-up that invited Oishiro-sama's servant? It was absurd. I kept on groaning to myself that I would never accept it, ever. I obviously wasn't the only one suppressing my feelings. Mion and Rena were, too. Everyone in the class was doing it. Rika-chan knew something about Sadako's situation, because usually this stuff happens after Watanagashi, so maybe the game is just throwing us for a curveball here. We're being like, it's happening before the festival because it's built up this, these rules about this world, about when things are supposed to start happening. But she wouldn't tell us. Rika-chan still held a calm attitude, like a cat basking in the sun. But she was being unbelievably stubborn about this whole thing. She didn't want to tell us, and that wouldn't change no matter how many times we asked her. I don't want to believe that Rika had something to do with it. Like, I don't want to believe that she's, she's done something. Everyone understood that, so nobody questioned her.
リカちゃんが言わないならさ、言うまで待つしかないよね。逆に言わないってことは、言う必要もない程度のことかもしれないし。
There was no persuasive power in reassurance given with an anxious face like that. Mion was being taciturn and just looked up at the sky with a somehow annoyed expression. I couldn't tell if she was unhappy Rika-chan wouldn't talk about it with her own friends, or if she was concerned over Sadako's well-being. And what about me? My anxiety was suffocating me day after day. If someone else were looking at me, then maybe I'd look annoyed like Mion did. Tap tap. Someone tapped my shoulder. It was Tomata-kun and Okumuro-kun.
前原さん、ちょっといいですか？
またボールが引っかかったか？今度はお前たちで何とかしてみろよ。いつまでも先輩に頼るのは良くないぜ。
I didn't feel like going along with them, so I was a little unsympathetic with my response.
ちょっと気になる噂を聞いたんすよ。
噂？
はい。ひょっとすると関係があるかもと思って。
A rumor about Sadako. They hadn't said that, but it didn't seem unrelated. They didn't want to talk in the classroom, so they pulled me behind the school building, lending further credence to that thought. The back of the school was damp and humid, like always. Students didn't really come here because they wanted to. It might, however, have been the ideal location for trading rumors away from prying eyes.
富田君、岡村君、その噂話って、もちろん聡子の欠席と関係のある話なんだろうな。
関係があるかはわからないですけど、あるいは。
聡子は一体どうしたってんだ？風邪なのか？それともひょっとしてもっと重い病気か怪我か何かで？
いえ、それがむしろ逆で、うちのばあちゃんの話だと、昨日の昼にうちの店に豆腐を買いに来たらしいんです。
Oh, so she's like in hiding? Oh, Tomata's family runs a tofu shop, added Okumuro-kun.
豆腐屋さんに買い物？
Has she snapped and she's like, what's going on with her? Like maybe she's gone kind of cuckoo bananas and she's like, I have to make food for my Nini. I have to make sure that I have food ready for Nini. Like the time I've spent with her is kind of like, I don't know. What? My voice sounded so stupefied, even I can tell. It was understandable. I was worried about what grave illness or injury she had when the person herself had been out and about shopping for tofu.
で、聡子はどうだったんだよ？元気そうだったのか？それとも病み上がりでマスクでもしてたとか、松葉杖で包帯だらけだったとか？
いえ、別に病気とか怪我とかそういうわけじゃなかったらしいんですが。
I should have felt relieved it wasn't an illness or an injury, but my anxiety wasn't going away, because Tomata-kun and Okumuro's expressions weren't looking any better.
絹ごし豆腐を一丁買っていったそうなんですが、ばあちゃんが言うにはおかしいと。
おかしい？なぜ？絹ごし豆腐を買って何が悪い？
Irritated by how roundabout they were being, I had to desperately fight that irritation from creeping into my voice.
北条とフルデってほら二人暮らしでそんなにお金持ちってわけじゃないですよね。だから二人はいつも安い木綿豆腐しか買わないんです。一番高い絹ごし豆腐なんか買ったことないんです。
木綿だって絹ごしだってどっちも豆腐だろ？たまにはうまい豆腐が食いたくなっただけかもしれないじゃないか。
それはそうですけど。
I knew how transparent I sounded right then. This wasn't anything trivial, it was some kind of important clue. Not the cheap firm tofu, but the expensive soft kind. Shopping not in the evening after school, but in the middle of the day. I couldn't figure out what those things meant. As I thought hard about it, Okumura-kun took his turn to speak.
次は僕っすね。これも噂なんですけど、帰ってきたらしいんですよ。
Satoshi? Satoshi or the uncle?
帰ってきた？何が？誰が？
北条のおじさんが。
Oh no! They did say it in Oishi's thing about how the uncle was, he left the apartment in Okonomiya and he was coming back to his place. Oh no, and then you hear about all the stories about what happened with the uncle and how he was, like, abusing her. Oh shit, he might be... Oh, maybe he, like... That's why Rika's being so weird, is maybe the uncle came and been like, okay, well, I'm the guardian of her, so I'm going to be taking her back, and maybe he's forcing her to, like, cook and clean for him. Since, you know, the aunt's not around anymore, so he basically is treating her like a slave. Sadako's uncle. Right, I think Coach told me about him. Their aunt and uncle had taken them in after Sadako and Satoshi lost their parents in the accident.
去年のお社様のたたりで怖くなって町に逃げたっていう北条のおじさんです。こいつヤクザみたいな怖くて乱暴なやつで。
Oh, this is so not good for Sadako. And then Rika is probably sworn to secrecy, where it's like, don't say anything. And that's why she's being so secretive about it. Everything Coach told me came back in bits and pieces. Right. The mean aunt and uncle who had tormented them all the time. I think he said after the aunt was beaten to death by the deviant, he ran away to his lover's house in Okonomiya in fear of the curse.
そいつが帰ってくると、どうして聡子が学校を休んで真っ昼間に絹ごし豆腐を買う羽目になるんだ？
My underclassmen clammed up and looked downwards. There must have been some big hint buried in there. Even if I didn't understand, if I told Miona or Renan about it, maybe they'd know something. Oh boy, Keiichi, I know you're doing this because, like, you want to be helpful, but I feel like, once again, you're getting involved in stuff, and this is going to come back and bite you in the ass. Stuff that you were told to keep a secret.
あ、ごめんな、二人とも。せっかく好意で話を聞かせてくれたのに、なんだか問い詰めるような言い方になっちゃって。
あ、いえ、いいんすよ。北条が重病で寝たきりになってないことが分かっただけでも、ほら、儲けもんじゃないですか。
That might be true, but it still won't. It won't make the clouds over my mind fade away.
あ、前原さん、ほらあれ。
Okumura-kun cried wildly, pointing over my shoulders behind me. I bet it's Oishi again, isn't it? Startled, I turned around, and away on the other side of the schoolyard, near the school gate, I saw a figure trudging forth. Oh, Sadako! Oh no, baby! Oh god, she's got the look in her eyes like Coach said, where it was like that faraway, blank look. Oh no, you can tell right away something's off. Oh.
北条だ。
I burst into a run faster than I could speak, so that as quickly as possible I could see with my own eyes that she was okay.
Sadako!
Sadako seemed taken aback by me shouting and running over to her.
まあ、なんですのケイチさん。
Oh, and she's trying to snap back and act like everything's okay.
突然大声を出して走ってくるから何事かと驚きましたわ。
バカ！俺のことなんかどうでもいいだろう。それよりどうしたってんだよ、貞子。俺心配で心配で。
心配性ですわね。たかだか3日ですわよ。もうケイチさんは心配性なんですから。
I wonder if maybe Keiichi's gonna try and, like, do something to the uncle and protect, you know, his little sister. Not really his little sister, but... From listening to her, she seemed like the normal Sadako, but I could tell she was clearly acting strangely. Her smile was somehow forlorn, and her complexion was bad for some reason.
北条。 夫だったのかよ。風邪とかじゃないのか？
Tomata-kun and Akumuro-kun both express their concerns.
一体どうしたってんだよ。3日も俺がどれだけ心配してたか。
ごめん遊ばせですわ。ちょっとお家のお掃除をしたりしてたんですのよ。だいぶ長いこと使ってませんでしたから、もう家中ほこりだらけでして。
はあ？サトコ、お前何を言ってんだ？なんで家の掃除なんかで学校を休まなきゃなんないんだ？
Sadako didn't answer me. Instead, she passed by me and headed for the entrance.
もう今はお弁当の時間ではありませんの？私はお腹が空いてますの。
Oh, and that's why Rika was bringing the bento, is because, like, she was hoping maybe Sadako would get to go to school, and oh, Rika, oh, you sweetheart, I'm sorry for ever doubting you. Oh, this is awful. I have such a pit in my stomach, like, you know, we're gonna learn more about Sadako and her uncle, and I'm just, oh, it's gonna be awful. It was certainly lunch break. I couldn't force her to stop after she told me she wanted lunch, since she was so hungry, and of course the guy's not, you know, he's having her send out to go get food and cook for him, and she probably doesn't get to eat.
まあいいや。リカちゃんは3日間毎日お前の弁当を持ってきてくれてるんだぜ。今日はちゃんと食べてやれそうだな。
And I bet Rika knew. She knows that how Sadako probably, you know, her uncle treats her, so she kept her lunch, knowing that Sadako probably hadn't eaten.
とにかく早く教室へ行こう。みんなを安心させてやろうぜ。
そうですわね。皆さんにご心配をおかけしてしまったかもしれませんわね。あははは。人気者は辛いでございますわ。
I put a hand on Sadako's shoulder, and we ran to the classroom together. Up close, I was able to verify that Sadako looked somehow weak. All this anxiety was supposed to go away when I saw her again. That's what I had thought. But now I actually started to have quite different fears. What the heck happened, Sadako? Everyone in the class, of course, reacted the exact same way I had. We worried about you. I'm glad to see you well. What were you doing for 3 days? Our classmates showered her in questions.
本当にご迷惑をおかけしましたわね。あはははは。
As she cackled, she chowed down on the bento Rika-chan had made for her. Those in the teacher's lounge must have been informed of Sadako's arrival, because our teacher sprinted into the classroom, her breathing ragged.
北条さん。
あら先生、3日間もご心配をおかけしましたわね。あはははは。ご覧の通り元気でピンピンしてますわ。
もう本当に心配してたんですからね。お弁当が食べ終わったら職員室に来るんですよ。いろいろとお話があります。
3日もサボったからきっと大目玉に違いありませんわね。あはははは。
Sadako laughed sheepishly while she scratched her head, and the rest of the class burst out into laughter. The teacher was acting angry, but she breathed a sigh of relief at seeing Sadako healthy and smiling as she ate her lunch with the class surrounding her. I wonder if the teachers know. Like, I wonder if they know about the uncle coming back and, like, they're worried about her and they want to, like, check up on her.
でも安心したよな、レナ。
あ、ごめん。無事でよかったよね。
I looked at Rena and knew. She had a sense something about Sadako was off, too. I looked to see Mion detached from the clamor as well, with a somewhat grim expression. But Rika-chan, on the other hand, was smiling from ear to ear. She spread out the bento boxes one by one as Sadako finished them. Yeah, Rika totally knows Sadako probably hasn't eaten anything in like 3 days. Finally, Sadako was satisfied, and after enjoying a thorough conversation with her classmates, remembered that she had been called to the teacher's lounge.
めんどくさいんですけど、行かないともっと怒られてしまいそうですからね。僕も一緒に行きますですよ。
Sadako rises from her seat, and Rika-chan runs over to her.
ごめん遊ばせケイチさん。 ちょっと怒られてまいりますわ。
おう、なんだったら俺も一緒に付き合うぜ。例のカレーの悪口の時、一緒に職員室で怒られた仲じゃないか。
それには及ばないのです。圭一はここでお留守番なのですよ。
Rika-chan's words were gentle, but the firm rejection was clear in her eyes. The two of them exited into the hallway, walking shoulder to shoulder. After seeing them off, the class breathed a collective sigh of relief, broke apart, and went back to their usual lunch break banter. We, however, couldn't go back to how we usually were. Not I, not Mion, and of course, not Rena. They stared at the classroom exit Sadako and Rika-chan had left through, their expressions a little distant and grim.
俺たちは仲間だ。そうだろう、みんな。
Yeah, how long are we friends for before someone turns on me? I blurted out something strange, so Mion and Rena turned around with dubious expressions.
俺は仲間に隠し事はしない。
Here he goes, he's going and blurting it out, but I understand why he's doing it. He wants to keep his friends in, like, let them know what's going on, see if they can help, especially Mion, right? The Sonozaki family, maybe she can use some of that influence and we can take care of that uncle.
だから、さっき聞いたばかりのことを言う。
I told them the stories I heard from Tomita-kun and Akumuro-kun earlier about the tofu shop, and how Sadako's uncle had apparently come back. All at once, without letting them speak.
これが俺の知るすべてだ。だからミオンもレナもしていることがあるなら話してくれ。俺は俺の知るすべてを話したぞ。
I ended my sentence firmly and looked into Mion and Rena's eyes in turn. Rena stared right back at me. Her eyes didn't falter. Without even opening her mouth, I could tell she wasn't hiding anything. Then our gazes turned to Mion.
別に私は隠して黙ってるわけじゃないよ。
Come on, Mion. Mion couldn't seem to endure our silent stares and began to talk timidly, as if she was guilty of something.
でもケイちゃんが話したなら私も話さないわけにはいかないよね。
みーちゃん、何か知ってるの？
いや、聡子のおじが帰ってきたっての帰ってきた初日から知ってたよ。
I love Mion. I think she's my favorite character, but I hate how secretive she can be sometimes.
この間の日曜日にふらっとひなみ沢に帰ってきたって。
どうしてそれを黙ってた？
ごめん。
My angry shout caused Mion to flinch away, look down, and hang her head uncomfortably. Dude, don't piss her off. Learn that from the last chapter.
圭一くん、怒るようなことじゃないよ。みーちゃん怖がってる。
あ、ごめん。つい大声を。
I lowered my head in apology. Mion accepted it, collected herself, and continued. According to her, her uncle's relationship with his lover, whom he had been with in Okonomiya, had collapsed. Without anywhere to go, he went back home to Hinamizawa. And on that Sunday, the day of the barbecue, her uncle ran into Sadako and brought her back to the house.
自宅になんで連れ戻すんだよ。
ろくでなしの怠け者だからね。自分一人じゃ炊事はおろか掃除一つできないし。
そんな炊事やお掃除のためにさとこちゃんを連れ戻したっていうの？
I remember that she said she'd been cleaning the house when I met her back at the school gate. Oh, just that face, it just looks so tired. A moment later, the pieces fell into place, into the jigsaw puzzle of unease. And as for what the puzzle depicted, when I saw it from afar, I could see the answer clearly.
聡子が家に閉じ込められていじめられながら家事をやらされてるっていう噂なんだよ。
If you knew that, why didn't you speak up? I nearly yelled that at Mion, but hastily stopped myself.
みーちゃん、それ本当なの？
私がこの目で確かめたわけじゃないから 本当かどうかは知らないけど。
Mion looked down again and staring at the floor grew quiet.
去年みたいに意地悪なおじさん夫婦のところで暮らしてた時みたいに。
でもさ、そのおじさんって家事はからっきしなんだろ。聡子が重宝なわけだから、何もひどい扱いをしているってわけじゃないかもしれないだろ。
圭一君、何を根拠に言ってるのか知らないけど。
Oh, I don't like it when Rena gets all that face.
いい加減なことは言わない方がいいよ。
Rena clearly and directly got mad at me. You don't know how much. You don't know much about this, so don't talk as though you do. That's what. Yes, that's clearly what she meant.
じゃあレナは知ってるのかよ。
私だって知らないよ。今ここで聞くまで、聡子ちゃんがおじさんの家に連れ戻されたなんてでもね、1年前とはまるで状況が違うの。
状況が違うってどういうことだよ。
Oh, I'm wondering if. Oh, maybe the uncle blames Sadako for his wife's murder, because I don't think the brother had anything to. Yeah, the brother didn't have anything to do with the dam, like supporting the dam project, I don't believe. And then maybe he believes that because Sadako and Satoshi, they're the children of the proponents of the dam project, and then they came into their home. Maybe they brought like that bad luck. They brought Oishiro-sama's curse to them, and maybe the uncle like resents Sadako for it, and he's punishing her for it.
サトシ君がいない。
Oh, or that Satoshi isn't there to protect her, and that's where Keiichi's gonna come in. He's gonna step in and be her nini, and probably get killed for it.
サトシはすごく妹思いのいい兄だったんだよ。いつもサトコをかばってた。意地悪なおじおばのとばっちりが少しでもサトコにかぶらないように盾になってくれてた。
家には意地悪なおじさんとサトコちゃんが2人きりなんだよ。それがどれだけ行き詰まるものか、圭一君にだって想像がつくんじゃないかな。ひなみ沢に帰ってきた理由だって、一緒に暮らしてた相手が失踪して生活できなくなったからでしょ。
Okay, so she vanished. So yes, I believe that is the girlfriend is the murder victim.
そんな不愉快な理由で帰ってきた人がどうしてサトコちゃんに優しくできるっていうの？
She was right. It wasn't easy for me to imagine Sadako not being tormented.
ごめん。
こっちこそごめん。問い詰めるような口調になっちゃったね。
An awkward atmosphere floated among us. The three of us remained silent and just stared at the floor. Finally, we heard the principal's bell ringing. The teacher came back with Sadako and Rika-chan at her side.
さあさあ、午後の授業を始めますよ。委員長、号令。起立。
ごめんなさいね。失礼。
I couldn't read anything from Sadako's vaguely sheepish expression, but given the clouded look Rika-chan was wearing behind her, it was tough to laugh off the disquieting story I'd heard from Mion.
よーし、久々に全メンバーが揃ったからね。
Are we really going to be doing a club activities right now? I guess Mion's trying to distract everybody and try and get some sense of normalcy back, but
久しぶりにパーッと大部活で盛り上がろうじゃないの。
I bet Rika's going to be like, maybe not today. Yeah, perfect. Indeed, in times like these, the best thing to do is obviously get rowdy and scheme against each other in a club activity. Or Sadako's gonna be like, no, I gotta get home, I can't stay.
望むところだよ。ねえ、サトコちゃん。やろう。
サトコが好きだったゲームあるでしょ。ほら、なんだったっけ。なんでも構わないよ。言ってみ。 言ってみ。
Mio laughed happily, took a bunch of games out of the club locker, and lined them up on the desks. I think that was the first time Mion's ever let someone else decide on a game for her. I could tell she was being especially considerate to Sadako, thinking that whatever her circumstances, if we could just enjoy our time together as a group, that might be some sort of comfort, some diversion. Sadako seemed to understand her feelings too, and smiled vaguely, though pleased. But her head slowly moved from side to side. Oh no, she's gonna be like, I can't today.
ありがたいですけど、お気持ちだけで結構ですわ。いろいろしなければならないことがありますので。
Even Rika-chan hung her head in remorse. Oh, this is so tough that nobody can do anything about this. Like, it's everybody knows what's going on, but nobody's gonna say anything.
おいおいおいおいおい、本気なわけ？
Come on, Mio, this is when I would welcome you going and killing someone.
部活メンバーが久しぶりに揃ったってのに大流れになっちゃうわけ？敵前逃亡は罰ゲームってのは快速第何条だったっけ？
やめなよみーちゃん。無理に付き合わせちゃダメだよ。
別におじさんは無理強いしてるわけじゃないよ。
It's so sad. It's like Sadako became, you know, her true self when she was away from her family and she was in a place where she was comfortable with people, and now she's kind of, you're seeing her, she's starting to retreat back into how she used to be. This is going to be very upsetting.
ただ大盛り上がりした方が絶対に楽しいと思って。
I think club activity time is over for this chapter. I think we're done with that.
本当にお気持ちだけで嬉しいんですのよ。ご安心なさいませ。次に戦うときは皆さんまとめてでっかい罠にはめてご覧に入れますわ。
Sadako's just putting on a brave face and she's just trying to act like, you know, try and quash their fears and make them not worry about her. Sadako, while insulting us, still said she couldn't participate in the club today and apologized. She quickly put her things in her bag and pattered out into the hallway, disappearing. It all happened in the blink of an eye.
さとこ。
Poor Rika. Rika-chan stared lonesomely as her friend hurried home, unable to be part of club activities. I mean, I don't feel as bad for Rika, of course, but, like, it's still upsetting, you know, now Rika's all by herself. Silence filled the classroom. Both the cheerful voices of our classmates in the schoolyard and the voices of the cicadas sounded like they were coming from some faraway world.
つまんないの？
The silence was broken by Mion's bitterness as she began putting the games on the desk back into the locker. Everyone just stared absently at Sadako's seat, now empty.
リカちゃん、そろそろ話してくれてもいいんじゃないかな。
Please, Rika, please. I mean, we kind of have a feeling like we know what's going on, but... Rena made as gentle a smile as she possibly could and spoke softly to Rika-chan. Even without hearing it from her, we pretty much knew the situation at this point. Sadako's uncle had broken up with his lover and come back home to Hinamizawa, and he had taken Sadako back home and forced her to do all the household work. And that all had to be pretty rough on her. Thinking this was common knowledge to everyone, I skipped to the important part.
どうなんだ?
Maybe Mion and Rena wanted to ask the same question. Nobody spoke. We all just stared, waiting for Rika-chan's reply. Rika-chan still didn't answer us. We were hoping for her to say no, but her silence was a bad enough sign.
去年だっけ、おじ夫婦の元にいた時もこんな状況だったんだろう。
うん。あの時は夫婦喧嘩のとばっちりみたいなのがほとんどだったからさ。こうして部活で時間を潰して家にいる時間を極力減らすのも一つの手だったんだけど、今は家事を強制されてるから学校に残ることもできないんだね。
Shit. Sadako's not a slave? Who do you think you are, ignoring your own inability to live properly and basically putting Sadako under house arrest?
常識的に考えてこんなのおかしいんじゃねえのか。いろいろと状況証拠は必要だろうけど、こういうのって問題だろ。
I wonder if he's going to go to Oishi and be like, hey, I know we got off on the wrong foot, but I need you to investigate something, because you're a cop and you should do this.
警察とかに通報できないのかよ。
そうだよね。証拠とかがあれば警察に通報できると思うよ。あるいはそういうのって沖宮の相談所の人とかに相談できないの？
Like Mion, you've got connections, girl. Like, come on, use them. Ren and I kept saying police, police, as though it were nothing, but Mion's response sounded like she thought we were a little naive.
みんな簡単に言ってくれるけどさ、それを立証するリスクを考えたことある？
リスクってなんだよ。
一昨年の冬かな。通報したんだよ。沖宮の相談所に。問題があるからすぐに何とかしてくれって。
Okay, never mind. Mion knows what she's talking about.
そうだったんだ。
I'm sorry, Mion, for implying that you're not doing anything to help.
それで？
電話してすぐに職員の人が来てくれたよ。で、聡子とかサトシとかに事情聴取してた。ついでにおじ夫婦のところにもね。
サトコとサトシに聞くまではいいが、おじ夫婦にまで聞くのはまずいんじゃないのか。
両者の意見を聞いて総合的に判断するんだとさ。ご立派ご立派。
で、結果はどうだったの？
様子見。
様子見ってなんだよそれ。
おじさんとっても勉強になっちゃったんだけどさ、法律ではね、暴行か育児放棄が認められなきゃ虐待とは言わないんだってさ。聡子もサトシもよく小づかれてたらしいけど、別に傷跡が残るようなレベルじゃなかったし、3食の飯も一応食えてたし、寝床もあったし。
Alright, well, I guess I take back what I said about how the uncle is probably starving Sadako. I just assumed he would. Maybe he is, I don't know. We don't have any proof that he's not.
心理的外傷を与える言動だって別にカセットテープで証拠があったわけじゃないし。
Like I said, I bet Keiichi's gonna like go and try and intervene, and he's gonna try and protect Sadako, and something's gonna end up happening to him as a result.
実際村の人たちだって実際に乱暴してる現場は見たことないからね。
Keiichi's not the type of person to stand by and let something happen, right?
いくら意地悪だからって人前で乱暴はしないでしょ。誰だって。
で、その後どうなったの？
しばらくは毎週決まった日に担当の職員さんが訪問してたみたい。おじ夫婦も自分たちが見張られてることを気にして目立つ行動はしなくなったらしいけど、それで済むわけないでしょ普通。
より陰湿ないじめ方に加速していったってことだね。
Mion sighed and nodded.
おばのやつが特にねちっこくってさ、女特有の陰湿さっていうのかな。相当いやらしいことをしてたらしいよ。聡子、最後の方は呼吸するだけのボロ人形みたいだった。
So what? From that conclusion, does that mean they never should have contacted child welfare in the first place?
わかった？誰の目にも明らかな虐待の証拠がなかったらお手上げなんだよ。むしろ状況を悪化させかねない。あれは失敗だった。
After hearing that even public organizations, the one thing they thought was dependable, couldn't do anything, everyone hung their heads.
つまり誰の目にも明らかな虐待の証拠が見つかるまで通報すべきでないってことなんだね。
Guys, let's turn this into a club activity. Like, who's the one who will be able to get the, the evidence? Turn it into a game.
うん。まあ、そういうこと。
I considered Sadako's current situation. She was brought back to her house. It was a little difficult to call that abuse. She was being tormented and forced to do the chores. How she was being tormented would be the key, but without concrete evidence, it would be difficult to prove. If she had some kind of external injury, that would work. But as far as we could tell from today, she had nothing like that. And being forced to do the chores, that was a bit weak too. There had to be better evidence that she was without a doubt being abused. I know. Her uncle had ignored Sadako's existence for a whole year and went to live with his lover in town. Didn't that fall under one of the definitions of abuse that Mion had mentioned? Child neglect?
それは立派な育児放棄だね。どうなのみーちゃん。
おじが今もいなければ育児放棄は認定されそうだけど、今この瞬間は同居してるわけでしょ。今までは別居だったけど、心を入れ替えて同居することにしたなんて言われたら、また様子見なんてことになりかねないよ。
Once we reported it, we would need to be absolutely sure they'd interpret it as abuse. Maybe we needed far more concrete evidence, lest we repeat last year's mistake.
なんだか悲しい。ということはつまり、しばらくは黙って見てろってことなんだよね。
I think what makes this chapter, and I wonder if you guys feel the same way, and maybe that's why you find that this one is an especially upsetting one, is because the other chapters so far have been very kind of rooted in supernatural things. This is very real. This is, child abuse, child neglect. This is all things that actually happen. You can argue about whether you believe in superstitions and curses and things like this, but this is something that actually happens. And it's happening to a character that we've come to love. And I'm wondering if maybe that's why, there's that rooting in something so real, and that's what makes this one more emotional for people. It's certainly having its effect on me. The only plan I could think of was, in the end, just watching and waiting. It left me in shock when I realized it would be the same policy as the officials who had made the situation worse. And then there's a whole kind of this thing about, child services and things like that, where they're supposed to be there to help, but there's only so much they can do, and they're bound by laws and rules, so it's that as well. It's kind of like the inability for these programs and services that are supposed to help not doing anything. As Mion said, reporting it to a public agency would be a gamble. If we're going to pick a fight, it would have to be one we couldn't afford to lose. If we were gambling without enough money, without enough evidence, our defeat would be assured. If we took the time to amass enough money that we could be sure of victory, then that would mean pretending we didn't see Sadako's plight for a considerable amount of time.
こんなところで話を振ってごめんな。リカちゃんはどうして一人暮らしができるんだ？
Rika-chan had lost her parents, if I recall correctly. From what I'd heard, she had no relatives either. She was forced to live on her own as a result, but her life was unfettered, free of restriction. If she could somehow grant that freedom to Sadako too...
ほら、リカちゃんって両親いないのに生活してるだろ？保護者のいない子供って施設みたいなところに入れられちゃうんじゃないっけ？
圭一くん、それひどい。
悪口で言ってるんじゃねえよ。そこに貞子を救うヒントがあるかもしれないと思って聞いてみただけなんだ。リカちゃん、気分を害したならごめんな。
Rika-chan shook her head, not particularly disturbed.
それはですね、実は村長さんちの子供になっているからなのです。
補足がいるね。村長の君吉のおじいちゃんがリカちゃんの保護者なんだよ。ちゃんと県知事の許可を得た正式な。
へえ、養子みたいなものか？
養子とは違う。別に籍を入れなくても保護者にはなれるんだよ。
あ、分かってきた。つまりリカちゃんは普通に暮らしてるけど、法律の上では村長さんの家に住んでることになってるんだね。
まあそんなとこ。そのおかげでリカちゃんは保護者から離れての生活を認められているってわけ。聡子はそこに居候してるってことになるけどね。
難しいことはよくわかりませんが、つまりはそういうことなのです。
ミオ、今興味深いことを言ったな。 席が違っても保護者になれるみたいなことを言ってんだ。
Oh, is Keiichi talking about... Okay, not himself, obviously, but he's talking about Coach, because Coach was talking about taking her in. Alright, you know what? In this instance, as much as I don't care for Coach and the things that he says, I feel like he would be a much better guardian than the uncle.
じゃあ形だけでも村長さんとかが聡子の保護者になってくれればいいんじゃないのか？
Then she'd be in the same position as Rika-chan. And she could go back to her old life.
ところがそうはいかないの。だっておじだって保護者のつもりなんだもん。
ちょっと待て、わけがわからなくなったぞ。そもそも保護者ってなんだ？
In legal terms, a guardian and a parent weren't necessarily synonyms. So whoever was actually looking after her at home would be considered her guardian.
ならおじは保護者じゃないな。ずっと聡子をほったらかしにしてた。
でも保護者だと主張されたらそれまでだよ。聡子が連れ戻されてから数日、その間の食事代はおじの財布から出てるよね。一応面倒を見てると主張できなくもない。それに1年間聡子をほったらかしたとはいえ、最初の1年間は生活の面倒を見た実績がある。でも村長にはその実績はない。
意地悪なおじさんと村長さんが同時に保護者を主張したら、おじさんの方が強いってこと？
その可能性が高いってこと。それに保護者ってのは実際に面倒を見てる人を指すんだよ。実際に寝床や食事を握ってるおじと名義だけ貸そうとしてる村長じゃどうにもならない。
じゃあ村長が実際に生活の面倒を見ればいいじゃないか。そうすれば名実ともに村長が保護者になれるんだろう。
We just need to shelter Sadako. That might lead to her uncle being desperate to take her back, but we'll stubbornly refuse him.
そんな簡単にはいかないよ。聡子は育ち盛りの女の子なんだよ。人間一人の面倒を見てくださいなんて猫の子預けるのとはわけが違う。
じゃあ監督はどうだよ。監督ってよくは知らないけど裕福なんだろ。自分で言ってたくらいなんだし、本当の親でなくても保護者になれるなら監督でも可能なんだ。監督なら聡子の面倒を立派に見てくれる気がする。
だから聡子をペットみたいに考えないでって。ケイちゃんはさっきから聡子を誰かに押し付ける話ばっかり。人間一人の生活の面倒を見る責任ってものをもっと慎重に考えて。監督に聞いたの。聡子を引き取って面倒を見るってちゃんと確約を得たわけ？
そんなの得てないよ。でも監督なら絶対に OK するだろ
う。まあいいよ。100歩譲って監督が OK したとするよ。でもダメなんだよ。保護者は独身じゃダメなんだよ。
Ugh. That's right. Coach, didn't he say it himself? He was alone, so he couldn't do it. Shit, what the hell? Why is being single such a disadvantage in this society? Then all you could do was marry into a wealthy family, couldn't you?
ひなみ沢にそんなお金持ちはいるのかな。難しそう
ね。簡単じゃないんだよ。人間一人引き取るってのは誰かに押し付けようなんて短絡的な考えがそもそもダメなの。考えが浅いんだよ、ケイちゃんは。
なんなんだよ、畜生俺は必死に聡子を救おうと考えてるのにダメだってそればっかり。お前ら本当は聡子のことなんかどうでもいいんだろ。
Oh, don't say that, dude. Don't get on her bad side.
仲間のこと本気で心配してないんだろ。どうなんだよ。
そんなつもりないよ。でもそう簡単にはいかないっていうか。
そんな難しい話じゃねえだろ。裕福な奴が聡子をしばらく面倒見てくれればいい。そうだ、日本地はどうだよ。お前御三家とかいう立派な家柄なんだって自慢してたよな。
Keiichi, she just talked about how you just can't, like, foist Sadako on someone, and then he's just like, well, your family can look after her. It's just, you're,
話じゃものすごいでかい家に住んでるそうじゃないか。
I understand that he's desperate and he's trying, but he is being naive. Mion's right.
うち？無理。そんなのバチャが許してくれるはずない。
She's like, there's also the torture basement I don't want anyone to know about, so we don't want anyone coming into our house.
じゃあ沖宮に住んでる親はどうだよ。聞いた話じゃこっちもかなりの豪邸に住んでるらしいじゃないか。町には親類の経営する店がたくさんあるそうだし、立派な資産家じゃないかよ、おい。
ダメ沖宮の家なんてもっとダメ。うちのお父さんそんなの絶対に許さない。
おいおいおいおい、普段は散々大物ぶりを自慢しといて、ここ一番で及び腰かよ。
Oh, Keiichi. There you go, opening your mouth again. Just, oh, man.
なんだよお前、里子を見殺しにする気かよ。
And there's that sound effect in the back that means something's gonna pop off right now.
そんなつもりはないけど、そりゃ私だって里子を助けてやりたいよ。
I wonder if the reason Mion said that her father would never let her is because Sadako is the daughter of the dam proponents and there's still that rift there between the Hujus and the Sonozakis.
でもそれとこれじゃ話が
違うってのかよ、冷てえやつ。仲間の危機だろ。ここで救わなかったら何なんだよ。部長だろ、部活の救えよ、仲間の危機をよ。今ここで救わなかったら仲間じゃねえ、人じゃねえ。
Whoa, Keiichi, dude.
お前の人間性が問われてるんだよ。聞いてるのかよ、ミオン。
My emotions all exploded out of me, and I didn't even give her a chance to say anything in response. I just wanted to make Mion agree with me, even if I had to force her. If she did, Sadako's problems would be solved. If pushing her would solve the issue, then I'd push her as much as I needed to. Or, you're gonna push her to kill you, dude.
何さっきから黙り込んでんだよ。聞いてるのかこの野郎。どうなんだよ。なんとか言ってるよ、その先ミオン。
みー
You broke her, dude. Good job. Whenever you make Mion cry, something's gonna come back at you. Mion, looking down with a grim face, began sobbing. Her hands were clenched into trembling fists, and she rubbed her eyes to wipe away the tears. Was what I said actually that mean? Yeah, dude, you said she wasn't even human, and that she didn't care and she's an asshole. Yeah, I think it was a little mean. This isn't the time to cry. We're in the gambling room now, and we have to do something to save Sadako. And as I thought that, Rena spoke, her voice cold and incredibly calm.
ケイチ君、みーちゃん家がダメなら他の裕福な家を探したら。私、ひなみ沢に立派な豪邸建てて住んでる人。
Talking about me.
誰だよ。
白々しいよ。
She's like, put your money where your mouth is, dude. It's easy for you to say it of other people to do it, but...
あれだけ立派な家に住んでて、自分の家だけは蚊帳の外。
俺んちかよ。俺の家は。
仲間なんでしょ。救ってよ、ケイチ君が。みーちゃんはダメだってさ、じゃあ仲間思いのケイチ君がお手本示さなきゃダメだね。
I hate that the noise is still going in the background. I'm so nervous.
あれだけ大きなお家に家族3人で住んでるんだっけ。じゃあ空き部屋なんかいくらでもあるよね。余ってるお部屋いくつかさとこちゃんに分けてあげればいいじゃない。それでめでたくさとこちゃんの悩みは解決。あら何？
Oh, Rena spitting facts.
これでもう終わり？あっけない話だったね。はいはい解決、お疲れ様。じゃあもう今日はいい？私帰るね。ランランラン。今日は久しぶりに宝探しにでも行こうかな。
She is being so snarky. I love it.
昨日まではずっとさとこちゃんのことが心配で全然遊ぶ気になんかならなかったし、今日はどんな宝物が見つかるかな。はう。
I mean, I love it and I hate it at the same time.
なんか言ってよ。私だけ喋りずくめ。
Oh.
黙ってんじゃないわよ。聞いてんの？前原圭一。
Oh, I don't like that. Even the cicadas seemed to cower in fear. Rena, her shoulders bobbing up and down, and me, who had forgotten to breathe. Mion, whose face had gone completely pale, and Reika-chan, who was keeping silent as if nothing had happened. The atmosphere in the classroom grew tight and stiff, and it petrified us where we stood. Rattle. The sound of the chair as Rena sat back down after having stood up finally allowed everyone present to take a breath. Rena had shown me just how much I'd hurt Mion.
レナが怖いのです。
Yeah, you can say that again. After a few moments, Rika-chan cut into the frozen air.
ごめんね、リカちゃん。みーちゃんもごめん。ケイチ君には謝らなくてもいいよ。
ああ、ごめん。めちゃくちゃなこと言って悪かった。
さっきのあれ、私に言ってたの？みーちゃん睨みながら言ってたから、私てっきりみーちゃんに言ってるもんだとばかり思ってた。
Rena had such strength you wouldn't have imagined it normally. All I did was spout terrible things as a wave of violent fury passed over me. I couldn't contend with her.
ミオン、ごめん。頭に血が上ってた。
Come to think of it, I didn't understand what had gotten me that riled up. I thought of myself as Sadako's Nini, so I only had good intentions. And I'd think about it a little harder than everyone else, and yet... It's all where it comes from. Keiichi always does things like with good intentions, and then it comes back and bites him in the ass anyway.
いいよ。私こそケイちゃんが一生懸命悩んでるのに、あれはダメこれはダメばっかり言って、ごめんね。私も悪かった。
Mion rubbed away the tears at the corners of her eyes with her fists and apologized as well. We bowed our heads to each other and looked down without glancing at the other. Someone, I don't know who, heaved a sigh. Sadako being tormented had been known about since last year. How had the tragedy back then saved Sadako? How had they brought it to an end? Right. In the end, nobody could do anything. All they could do was bear it patiently and wait for those agonizing days to end. That's right. The one who brought an end to those terrible days was some crazy drug addict nobody knew. On the night of Watanagashi last year, their mean aunt had been beaten to death. But it hadn't been done to save Sadako or Satoshi. Right. It really was just a coincidence. Sadako's friends who needed to do something for her most of all could do nothing. The incident may have been a tragic one, but from Sadako's viewpoint, it was nothing less than a miracle. A miracle. A miracle one could only wait for.
待つしかないのかよ。俺たちには。
Not for evidence of abuse, not for something that minor.
何をかな？
奇跡。
No one made fun of me for using such a crazy word. We couldn't come up with any solutions, so it was the only thing we could do.
無力なんだよ。私たちは。
That one word Mion dropped was the finishing blow. It was hot. My body was sticky with sweat. The worst month. June. Oh gosh, this is so... I know I've said it enough, but it is so upsetting. And it's just gonna get worse, isn't it?